Okay, everybody, we are back. We are back for the second live stream on Drizzleland. So, what is everybody out there up to? It is the middle of the week. Tomorrow is gonna be a good day because I get to celebrate my birthday and go to Olive Garden and Me Likey Breadsticks and salad and good food and fun times. I get to see my mom and my aunt. Should be fun. Get to have some lasagna or spaghetti or pastacholi, pasta fazooli. So, yeah, I had a pretty good day. Hung out with my best friend and did a few videos and did a few live streams. Finally figured out how to do that. Took me for eons, actually. Um, really happy that I get to finally do live stream. I've spent almost 2 years trying to figure out how to do it, and we are officially up on the channel to 108 people. I'm really happy with that. I remember when this channel had like 5 people on it, and I was kind of like, okay, is anything gonna happen? Um, but we're here, moving on, and I'm very happy for this. I really have a positive outlook on the channel and where we're going with it. Um, I really, really, really want to thank everybody um, for the support and love. You're all awesome. I really appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate Jay Wilkins 79 for all that he's done for this channel and promoting what we've accomplished with it. Um, and in this live stream, is there anybody out there that has some ideas for some movie reviews you want me to do? I'm pretty much open, even TV shows. Um, I know that we've got some science fiction fans and comedy fans out there, action fans. Don't be shy to write me some comments and give me some feedback on what you guys want me to do in the future. I'm pretty much open. I'm one of those people that's easygoing, and I love hearing from you guys. Um, I was even possibly thinking about downloading some games off Xbox Live and possibly playing them here on the channel for you guys. I was thinking DuckTales Remastered would be the first one because it's got really, really awesome, great reviews. And I remember playing that on the NES. And speaking of Nintendo, does anybody own a Nintendo Switch out there? Or the SNES Classic? Because I know it's going to be released soon. I saw it in Walmart's catalog. It was for $79. I think that's a pretty awesome price for it. Consider it comes with 31 games already built into the system. Um, and I want to talk about my experience, um, you know, growing up in a completely different era. Um, when I was a kid, most people that I knew, they went to like Toys R Us and bought like video games and action figures and comic books. And now we're in an era where most people don't even know what a comic book is, honestly, or they've never owned one. Um, and that's kind of sad that we've gotten away from that because that was such a great opportunity for people to be entertained. Um, and then as time went on, you obviously had like the cartoon series, and you had like Game Boy was one of the main like portable game systems. You had like the Game Gear, obviously, and the Atari Lynx was the other one that was kind of popular. And then we went into systems like the 3DO, which was kind of popular for a while. And then obviously the Sega Saturn, um, PlayStation 1, and Dreamcast. Um, so I think that time has definitely changed us. Definitely with family values as well. Um, Very seldom do families actually sit at a table and have dinner together. That's kind of gone out as well. Um, and I remember that stuff. I remember, having family dinners and, game nights and stuff like that, like board games and things like that when I was younger. Um, my mom and used to help me with my book reports and stuff like that. And when you grow up in the mid 90s, I basically was in the school throughout the 90s, and that was kind of different too because um, things that were popular then are kind of fading out now, like not only just style but music and how people treat other people, and um, it's it's definitely interesting because just the time difference and what's popular now, and we never really thought of would have ever happened. Like I'm pretty sure people back then really didn't think that we were ever going to be able to just carry a phone around and be able to just click a button and go live on the internet. Android phones and iPhones have really developed the market as far as streaming, um, and what we're capable of doing online. Um, and then you also have to consider like the TV aspect of it too. Um, we went from like shows in the 90s that had like you know completely different value system, to shows now when you compared, a lot more is being shown um, in the public eye. You know, and reality TV just completely took over. I want to say that, like, as far as the market went, like 2003, 2004, I believe. Um, and then MTV, obviously, VH1 completely changed their point of what was entertaining for us. Um, and it's MTV is very sad now. It's all reality TV shows. I mean, I don't see them playing any music videos anymore. VH1 is kind of the same way. Their value system to entertain people has completely changed too. I mean, we went from like music videos and music countdowns and reality shows like Real World and Road Rules and MTV, to like shows like Jersey Shore and other things like that. And then VH1, I mean, they were all about music countdowns and live shows and concerts. And then they completely just changed their whole library and went the reality TV show with like Rock of Love and Flavor Flav. And I can't think of any other shows that I really can think of off the top of my head that I would even want to watch on either network right now. Um, it's just sad that this generation couldn't experience when MTV was good, when they had MTV countdowns and respected the musicians a little bit more, and not telling people how to think. Um, I mean, when I was watching MTV, I was watching shows like Real World, Road Rules, Beavis and Butthead, Daria. Celebrity Deathmatch, Singled Out, Remote Control, um, and it's just gotten way out of hand now with MTV's programming. I feel like, they're getting to a point now to where they're basically telling people what to watch and what to like, and that's not how you should treat your fan base. That's really disrespectful. Um, are there anybody out there that um, feels the way that I do, that MTV is kind of dead, and that maybe it's getting to a point now to where the network might just eventually, just go away. Um, I'm not saying that that would be a bad thing either, because I think that we've already seen what MTV is capable of doing, and I think that yeah, it's a whole different world. Like, not only with um, the job market um, in this time and age, but I mean, in the '90s and even in the '80s, the economy was actually pretty decent. It wasn't hard to find jobs, and um, I even think tuition possibly could have been cheaper in the '80s and '90s. Um, and then you look at the people who were present in it as well, throughout the '80s and '90s, and I think that that kind of helped the situation out too, because we really didn't have it too many wars. Um, and I don't know, like, I really feel for the generations to come. Like, what are we really doing to benefit them right now? I just don't see it. Um, I just feel like it's getting to a point to where, um, you know, people are caring more about one-upping one another in government, instead of helping the people who really need the assistance. Um, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this, but I mean, I really feel like if we could get back to that value system that we had back in the 80s and 90s, I feel like, we could possibly, right the wrongs that have happened in the last, um, few, decades. And I don't know, I worry every day that when I wake up, what next could possibly happen in our country. Um, I mean, I'm talking about like the disasters that we've had, the storms, the hurricanes. Um, Global warming is here. I mean, I know that some people don't believe that, but we have to face the facts that with all the things that have happened, um, it's here. There's no doubt in my mind that we should have listened in the 90s and taken care of our planet a lot more, because we are at a point now where we can't prevent what is happening. Look at other countries like Puerto Rico, for example, who has no clean water right now, and their country is just completely destroyed because of this hurricane. Um, we need to wake up and realize that that could happen to us. We could eventually have a global storm that could just wipe all of us out. And well, what would happen in that situation? I mean, if we don't prepare for it. Look at storms like Katrina, for example, and what happened with that. Um, that was a huge, horrible disaster that happened. And then obviously the hurricanes that happened this past year, recently. I mean, look at that. Um, I guess what I just want to accomplish is, are there anybody out there on YouTube or in the world right now that understands what I'm talking about and can relate to this and feel for these people who have been through these tragedies. And um, I think that we need to come together and understand what it means to be human again, to feel what other people feel, to feel emotions. I mean, um, everybody bleeds. Everybody has tragedies in their lives. And I think that we need to come together, not only as a country, but as a whole planet, and respect one another and love one another and take care of each other. And it doesn't matter what background that you're from. Um, I just don't understand why people, need to be hateful to one another. Um, I mean, respect. I think that there needs to be a point in time when people need to wake up and realize that respect is all that any person on the planet needs to think of right now. Is to have a heart and understand that we are living in rough times right now, and we need to do something about it. And um, I think that this is a plea not only from me, from myself, but I think for everybody in the world right now, that we need to love one another. And it does not matter who you are. I mean, we just need to realize that we need to take care of the planet. We need to take care of one another. Um, this is just something that I've been thinking about, and you know, um, I think that we need to do this.